Hello, my name is Brad Messner, and I'm a third-generation firm owner with a strong background and passion for data security. And you can bring me the questions you have about data security, artificial intelligence, and firm automation. We have a question that came in this week specifically about data security. So let's dive in. The question is, does an employee who has no client records on any computer need a WISP? Now, a WISP is a written information security plan, and we're going to dive a little bit further into that. To fully analyze this, we have to take a look at Title 16. Now, 16, specifically Section 314. Title 16 is for commercial practices, and not always a title we dive deeply into as tax and accounting professionals. However, Section 314 is the FTC, or Federal Trade Commission, safeguard rule for protecting customer information. There are two key points here that we want to evaluate to properly address this question. In 314.2, we review some key definitions. The first one is an authorized user. An authorized user means an employee, contractor, agent, customer, or other person that is authorized to access any of your information systems or data. Secondly, financial institution. A financial institution is an institution that is significantly engaged in financial activities or significantly engaged in activities incidental to such financial activities. The rule is specifically for a firm who has access to customer information. The authorized users are connected to that organization and fall under the written information security plan for that organization. Although technically a subcontractor should also have a WISP to protect themselves and the data they have access to, they may have a minimized or a slightly different version of a WISP, but ideally they should have their own version even if they solely contract through one specific firm. Then if we continue on, we have Section 314.4. We review the need to have a written information security plan. In this section, we see that it is the access to the information that is important and not just the location or where the information is stored. This has become more critical as firms are deploying more cloud-based technology and utilizing remote users and hosted servers. Now, there is a small little caveat to this one that if a business only houses and uses internal data and no customer data, they may have some minimized requirements connected to this. However, if we take a step back and look at the question that was asked, does an employee who has no client records on any computer need a WISP? So ultimately, the location of the data has no to little impact on the need for the security plan. It is more about the access to the data. So if we look at the question, if it is just about the location of the data, then the WISP is kind of a moot point. If that employee has access to data, then they would fall under the compliance requirement and fall under the need to have or be covered through a WISP. Now, if the individual in the question is truly an employee, they would be the responsibility and covered under the compliance of their employer. So they would have to fall within compliance and within agreement of their employer's security plan. If they are a contractor, they may then have to have an additional compliance need on their side, as well as a compliance need with the firms that they work with. Thank you very much for such a great question. My name is Brad Messner, and I would love to hear more about your security, AI, and technology-related questions.